Wow. She's getting the good stuff. So y'all have to sing early and often, and if you don't know the words, just lie, but just be with us in community together, because it's Shabbat together. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Lie, 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 ya lie, 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 ya lie, 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 ya lie, 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 ya la lie, 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 ya la lie, 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 lie. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Page 10, by the way. Yedi nefesh of Harachaman Meshach of Dacheh Eretz Yaruz of Dach Kemo
second stanza, second line.
Ana elna refana la beharola noam ziva astid chazek vetid rafe behaitala shifchat olam vatik la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbos.
Hello, Ella. Good to see you. Shabbat Shalom. You forgot your sister tonight? Did you leave her home? That's okay. That's all right. It's so great to have you. We're kind of experimenting with this first Friday night, which Hazan Stein and I sort of created with Hazan Mimi. Normally, Hazan Stein is here. They switched. Next week was a wonderful inclusion Shabbat, and Hazan Stein loves the element of inclusion of those with special needs and otherwise. And so the Kabbalah Shabbat that we're in now, I know it sounds a little bit foreign to you, like some of the melodies and things we're doing, it's about welcoming Shabbat. In fact, by the way, in some more traditional synagogues that don't allow music on Shabbat, they'll allow music during Kabbalah Shabbat until Shabbat actually begins. And Kabbalah Shabbat for the mystics was all about creating the mood that Shabbat would actually come, as if it was in your hands. How much you sang, the kavanah you had, the intention that you had to bring in Shabbat, that it was in your hands, whether that Shabbat bride was going to come or not. So we want to engage you. So tonight we have Chris on the percussions. Hazan Mimi is going to be on the guitar. And it's great to hear it a little bit as well. We love hearing guitar. You're going to be able to follow most of this. There's transliteration as well. So we're going to continue with Lechuna Ranina on page 11. And you'll find as well on the left-hand side of the bottom in the red, if you may need glasses, as I do, to read that little print in red. But we're going to continue with Lechuna Ranina.
Lechu, lechu, neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu. Lechu, lechu, neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu. Nikamafana, vitoda, bizmirot naria lo. Nikamafana. Mirot naria lo, lechu lechu neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu, lechu lechu neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu, nikad mafana vitoda bizmirot naria lo, nikad mafana vitoda bizmirot naria lo, lechu lechu neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu, lechu lechu neranena, neranena, ladonai naria, naria, letzur yishenu.
If you want, Ella, by the way, we have a little younger area over there open with some toys for Shabbat. If they want any of the younger ones want to hang out there, there's perfect things for you to play with, Ella. I'm so happy you're here. All right, we're going to continue with Shiru Ladonai, page 13.
Shiru ladonai shir chadash, shiru ladonai kol haaretz, shiru ladonai baruch hu shemo, basru meyom leyom yeshuato, safru vagoyim kevodo, b'chol ha'amim niflaotav. Ki gadol Adonai Havul Adonai kavod va'oz. Havul Adonai kevod shemo. Ze'u mincha uvo lachod. Ay, ay, ay. Vishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh. Elo mipanav kol haaretz. Amru v'goyim Adonai malach. Avtikon tevel kotimud. Yadin amim b'misharim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel aretz yiram v'ayam Yalo sadai b'chol asher bo asher randenu kol hatzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel bat tzedek ve'amim be'emunato. Ay, 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 ay,
Page 16. You feeling Shabbat yet? If it doesn't come and you don't feel it, I'm just gonna say it's your fault. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, we gotta feel it, you gotta join in, but we can do this. I know it. She's gonna come, the Shabbat bride, when we welcome her. Page 16, Or Zarua.
Or zarua la 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 tzadi. One more time. Or zarua la 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 tzadi. Uyishrelev simcha. Uyishrelev simcha. Uyishrelev simcha. Live a life of goodness. Be the righteous one. Live a life of kindness. Be the righteous one. Live a life of holiness. Be the righteous one. And let your heart shine out. Or zarua la 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 tzadi. Or zarua la 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 tzadi. Uyishrelev simcha. Uyishrelev simcha. Uyishrelev simcha.
All right. We're going to continue page 20 with Romemu. Page 20.
Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu.
Third line from the bottom in the Hebrew or in the red.
Vehishtachavu lehadam raglav kadoshu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, Adonai kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
All right, we've arrived at Lechadodi, which is the conclusion here of Kabbalat Shabbat. We're going to welcome in the Shabbat bride. We're going to begin on page 23 with the first two stanzas. Then we're going to skip to page 25 for the final two stanzas. For the final one, we're going to rise. We're going to face towards the door. We'll let you know when to do that, don't worry. And then the final line where it says, Bo'i chala, come in, bride, we bow to the left. We bow to the right, and we honor the beautiful image of the Shabbat bride. We join together, page 23, Lechadodi.
Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmianu ela meyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'makshavat chila. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Page 25.
Yamim usmot tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai taritzi. Al yadish ben partzi, ben ishmecha, ben nagila. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha uv'sahala, toch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala, lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
You may be seated. We have transitioned from Kabbalat Shabbat to our Mariv. We're going to have a different sound, one that you're actually probably a little bit more familiar with. How many of you like Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. Now, when you think of Groundhog Day, do you think of the movie? Yeah, how many of you have seen the movie? How many of you have seen Groundhog Day? Do you like the movie?
Love it.
Right? Well, it's okay. We're just switching over here. What's the message of that movie? What would you say is the message of that movie? Come on, raise your hand and give it to me. What's the message of the movie? Eileen. So reliving your experience. What's the goal in the end, right? Why is it that he's able to get out of this groundhog loop? Yeah. He changed the future. How did he change that? He stopped being selfish, right? And take it even a step further. What real change in life did he, right, allowed him to be able to do that, to change itself? Yeah. Sorry? Became a nicer person. Right. Yeah, piano playing was a good part of it, right? It was just on because of Groundhog Day. But so the idea, as I understand the movie, is that he finally learned to live the day for the day itself, as if it were, by the way, the last day. Right? Right? As if you live each day as the last day. And when he went to sleep that night, he was expecting to wake up the next day, and he actually would have been okay because he finally lived the day for what it was worth, right? It's a remarkable, I love the message of it. But it's interesting, what is Groundhog Day? What, you know about this, about the, right, Puxatawny Phil, right? Groundhog comes out of the ground. If he sees a shadow, what happens? 6 more weeks of winter. So by the way, where does this come from? This is a Dutch-German tradition. And by the way, it was badgers, by the way. It was badgers that would come out of the ground. And then they're like, why? But what did it mean? I want you to think about the harshness of winters and the hope that like maybe spring will come early. Right? That's what it is. Right? Are we going to be stuck like Groundhog Day? Are we going to be stuck in this like frigid, cold place, or is life going to get better? And that's where Groundhog Day comes from. Will winter be, right, continuous in our lives? Or will there be a spring in which we can actually come out of our own holes, where we can come out of our own burrows and that we can live again? It's a fascinating tradition. So by the way, it ends up in Pennsylvania. You can imagine, many of you know, Dutch Germans were very much part of that environment in terms of they settled in Pennsylvania. And so they brought this tradition, originally badger, and then they didn't find badgers, by the way. They found groundhogs. By the way, they originally, it starts in 1840, apparently. In the 1880s, they have Groundhog Day. But what did they do? They actually had a groundhog hunt, and they would eat the groundhogs for dinner. It's a whole different meaning to, like, Groundhog Day. Right? Like, definitely you don't want to come out of the hole on that day in order to become somebody's dinner. But it evolves in terms of in Pennsylvania. And the idea, by the way, of acknowledging life through, if you will, the seasons is part of life itself. Right? In the Jewish tradition, we have it as well. Hanukkah, by the way, in the depth of winter, by the way, like Christmas, is about the extinguishing sun and the fear that it's going to go out. Right? And then when the days get longer, it's about rebirth. And the same thing in terms of springtime. By the way, we're going to talk about at dinner a little bit. We have a holiday on Monday, which is Tu B'Shvat. And it is, by the way, an early spring kind of holiday. And we're going to talk more about it, that thinks about nature itself. And that it's become the Jewish ecological day, and a day that's important to celebrate. But the idea then of going back to Groundhog Day, and we're tied into Tu B'Shvat a little bit later, is that we need to be able to find newness in life. To be able to find the day and enjoy the day for itself, and at the same time to have hope for the future. It's a wonderful sense of how we live through our seasons. So Groundhog Day, Tu B'Shvat, you never knew. There was actually kind of a little bit of a connection. We're going to continue with our Mariv service right now, and it's on page 39A. I'm going to ask you to rise. We're in the Siddur, right? Page 39A. And it's a beautiful version of the Baruch and Am I Awake? And we'll join along with Chazan Mimi as well. Rise, please, page 39A.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? awake am I prepared. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Le'olam va'ed. Olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'arif Haravim.
You may be seated. Page 40, we're going to continue with Ahavat Olam.
In just one moment.
In just one moment.
In just one moment, we will start with Ahavat Olam. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot hukimu mishpatim otanu limadata Al ken Adonai Eloheinu v'shofenu v'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negeh yomam v'layla ya la 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 ve'havata al tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Page 41, we prepare ourselves for the Shema, these first 6 words of kavanah, of intention, of holding on to oneness of life and God, the universe itself. We invite you to close your eyes if you wish to join us, beginning with the words of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha Ukshartam leod ayadecha, v'hayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
We continue silently, Hebrew or English.
Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
On page 44, Mi Chamocha, you're used to this. We sing it every week. This week is particularly important because why this week is it particularly important?
Shabbat Shirah.
This is the week in the Torah reading in which we actually sing these words. Right, we're at the story now in Exodus of the Israelites leaving Egypt, and they come to the Sea of Reeds, and they travel through, and afterwards they give praise. By the way, the words mi chamocha b'limana, mi kamocha, it's interesting. Why isn't one time mi chamocha and then mi kamocha?
I think there's a story about a very person who's very faithful named Aminadav, right? And he walks into the sea, and he starts saying, Mi chamocha, and then as the
water rises and rises,
Mi kamocha, like you're coughing.
Leave it to the rabbis when they can't explain to come up with a great story, right, about the rising water and being unable to give a with the water there. We're gonna. Isn't that a great tradition? We're going to join together. Mi chamocha. Do we have a great, which version are we doing of this?
Debbie Friedman.
There you go, Miriam and her song. Here we go.
Yai la 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 la.
Get ready, it's a double clap. La la la. We'll do it in a minute. La la la.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei felech, nora tehilot osei felech. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe. Ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'ameru.
We continue, if you will, please. We're going to do a prayer for healing. So let's take a moment. We'll take a break from the Siddur itself. I'm sure whether it's you or someone you know needs prayers for strength and healing and comfort. So I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. And those of you at home as well who are watching, as long as you're not in bed and falling asleep, I want you to close your eyes too. All right? I want you to close your eyes whether it's for you or for others, the people that need strength and comfort and healing right now. We've got a couple people in the congregation. We have one who just had cancer surgery. We have others who are dealing with issues of health. And I want you to think about all the people. Think about yourself, the need for prayer of healing and strength. We'll hold it just silently for a moment, and then we'll join together in the prayer of healing.
Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei Rapha. God, only you can bring true healing, and so we pray. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Cholei Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Shekhinah, restores our loved ones, heal our people speedily in our day. V'nomar Amen. Join with me. Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei Rapha. God, only you can bring true healing, and so we pray. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Cholei Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Shekhinah, restores our loved ones, heal our people speedily in our day. And let us say, Amen.
For all those in need of healing and strength and comfort, may they receive these blessings and prayers. May they have strength, comfort, and healing. And let us say, Amen. We will continue with Hashkivenu, page 46, 45. 46? I think 46.
Whatever it says.
All right. 46.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom.
45.
L'shalom.
I'll get it right.
V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomech. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wing, O Adonai, from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Shelter us beneath thy lie, 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 lie.
Top of page 46, Vishamru.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מהמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
You can rise, please, for the silent Amidah. Just you're welcome to just begin silently with these words, Hebrew, English, or the private prayers and meditations of your heart.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 oh say shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru
So we're going to bless the children, right? Ella, so you can see right there. You got your mommy there. All right, Beth, you're going to bless yours. All right, Michelle and Arm, you're going to bless your children. Okay, page 75. It's a beautiful tradition. If you don't know this, did I miss any other kids? I think that's and Benjamin. You're going to get blessed by your father. All right, it's a good thing. All right, here we go. And there's a different blessing for boys and for girls. And so however you want to, whichever one you choose to recite at this moment, we're going to recite for daughters right now first. So it goes like this. Yasim Mech Elohim, Kesara, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May God bless you like Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah. All right, if you're going to bless the son right now, you're going to do it. Yasimcha Elohim, Ke Ephraim, V'chim Menashe. May you be blessed like Ephraim and Menashe. And then all the kids together. Hey, Rebecca, get over there. Amy, get over your mom. Get, time to get blessed. All right? I have a treat only for those kids that are getting blessed right now. Elon, you getting blessed? Yeah, I got a treat afterwards if you get blessed, okay? Here we go, together. You have a rechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav lecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav lecha v'sem lecha shalom. May God bless you and protect you. May God Adonai's countenance be upon you. May you always bring peace and goodness in the world and help bring peace. And let us all say, Amen. All right, let me see if I have a treat here. Hold on. Now, you can't eat it tonight. That's the only deal. You have to give it to your parents, whoever is here, to save for tomorrow, right? You got a big dinner tonight. You got dessert. You got everything. So if you can make a promise to give it to your parents and not eat it right now, you can all come up. Oh, I forgot. We got another one hiding behind there. Come on up, and I've got chocolate bars for you. Come on. Only if you want a chocolate bar. Only if you want a chocolate bar. If you don't want a chocolate bar, just stay right where you are. It's okay.
Run,
all right?
don't walk.
Oh, there you go. Grab it. Okay, there you go. Good. All right, good. Brielle, I got one with your name on it. Come on. There you go. Remember, you made a promise not to eat it. You sure? Okay. Yep. All right, Brielle, there you go. All right, there you remember. Give it to your parents to hold on to. We're going to rise together, all of us, before the sugar high of Aleinu. We join together.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leoser breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kecho hamonam, va'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Note Shamayim Ve'Yosed Haaretz Umoshav Yekaro B'Shamayim Ima'ah Ushkinatu Zo Ushkinatu Zo Begov He Meromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emet Malkeinu Efizulato Kakatu B'Torato V'yadata Hayom V'Hashemota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim B'Shamayim Ima'ah Ve'aretz Ve'aretz Mitachat Ein Od Okay, Kakatu b'Toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad.
You may be seated. Unless you're reciting Mornis Kaddish, then you can remain standing. If you are reciting Kaddish, you have a yort site, or if you're still in a period of mourning. If you, as you stand, you can acknowledge the person like who you're reciting Kaddish for. We'll just go around. Bert, who you're reciting Kaddish for? Okay. Who are you reciting for? Okay. 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 All right. And those of you who are at home, if you have need of reciting Kaddish, we invite you to rise at this time. And why don't you say the name of the individual who you are remembering tonight? Okay. And we're going to join together in the words of Kaddish. You'll find them on page 58 as we join together. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. V'Alma Divrach Hirutei v'Yamlich Malchutei. V'Chayechon v'Yomechon uv'Chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala v'Zman Kariv Yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Le'olam Umei Omaya. Yitbarach v'Yishtabach v'Yitpa'ar v'Yitromam v'Yitnaseh v'Yitadar v'Yitalev v'Yithalal Shemei Dekudashah Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran v'alma v'meru. Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. May God establish His peace in the heavens, grant peace and harmony for us, for all of Israel and all of humanity, as we say. Amen. You may be seated. Debbie, are you doing announcements? Or, yeah, come on, you can, please.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And welcome to everyone who's joined us this evening for our second monthly Shabbat together, and also watching on live stream. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we're back here in the sanctuary for our Shabbat morning service. Sunday at 11 a.m. is Sacred Space, led by Hazan Mimi, and that takes place on Zoom only. It's a meditative and healing space of prayer and song, and I believe the theme is Tu B'Shvat this week? Okay. And next Friday evening, February 10th at 7 o'clock, we have a wonderful service celebrating diversity. It's Jewish Diversity Month. I know there's more than that. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's an inclusive and musical Shabbat service, again starting at 7, sponsored by Temple Aliyah, Our Space LA, the Miracle Project, plus many other local organizations. and it is a service for people of all ages and all abilities. And following services, Oneg Shabbat and dancing. Shabbat morning next week, that is February 11th. We're back here in the sanctuary again at 10 for Shabbat services, and Rabbi Cheryl Peretz will be joining us after Kiddush lunch to teach the next session on contemporary issues, and that's right after Kiddush lunch, as I said, here only. And one more thing, everybody I think got emails today with the wonderful last Sunday, Mitzvah Day, with many, many people, and I've been asked to say that the collection for Shoes That Fit is continuing, and that's a program that brings shoes to kids in local elementary schools. And for more information, you can see Sherry Elbaum or ask the office, and they'll give you Sherry's info. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
To Sherry, Gail, Nancy, all those who made Mitzvah Day happen. Right? It takes a lot of people, a lot of heart and soul, and people involved, and it was really wonderful. We have those of you staying for Shabbat dinner. In a moment, we're gonna head out to Shabbat Shalom a little bit as Chazan Mimi leads us, and thank you to Chris as well. I think they may be even helping those of you to seat you, kind of like being a little bit more intentional maybe about who's sitting with whom, so you can have a nice community around the table with you. We'll figure this all out together, and we're gonna have a fun time at dinner and some discussion, some singing and other things. So tell you what, let's do Shabbat Shalom, and then we're gonna head on out, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Buen Shabbat, good Shabbos.